Welcome back. We have Rob LaRock joining us on the show from Sun Rivers this afternoon. Welcome back to the show.
Hello. It's different. I didn't bring any food or booze today.
I know, it's sad, but it's okay because we're talking about shoes, and we are going to talk about all the things that you need to think about when you're looking for good golf shoes. Nike obviously putting on the show for us today.
Yeah, we brought a lot of our Nike line that we're carrying here at Sun Rivers. We also carry FootJoys as well. So two prominent names in golf in the foot industry in our golf programming. And as you can tell, it's come a long way where golf shoes used to be basically dress shoes with spikes on them. But you can see now they've gotten a little more athletic, there's a little more casual, a lot more style to them. So I brought a couple for you to try on, two different sort of feels for golf shoes. But ultimately, when we talk a little bit about fitting golf shoes, is the first question we usually ask is, how much golf do you play? And are you a serious golfer, and do you have one pair or a number of pairs? Because if you've only got one pair, you want to get a good solid pair of golf shoes that'll last you for a year, year and a half, maybe even two. But we always recommend that you have 2 or 3 pairs and rotate them through.
Really?
Yeah, I do sell shoes, but we want people to, there's nothing worse than having to buy shoes every year.
Right.
Right. So if you've got 3 shoes, you rotate one out every year, that kind of thing. So you've always got something new on your feet. Because you spend a lot of time in your golf shoes and you walk a lot.
Yes.
So
I hear that the most important part of where to fit your foot into the shoe is right in the middle. Is that right?
Yeah, it's just like any other shoe. The main core around the ball, or just on the arch of your foot, obviously, is very important. And obviously the spike pattern's another big part of it, because there's so many different spike patterns. This is more of a traditional now, these are Champ lock sights. But then you've got something that I've got on, which I don't know if you can see what I've got. I've got a completely different shoe on here.
Like that to me seems like 2 very different types of shoes.
Yeah.
On the bottom.
Exactly. So this one you could, if you really wanted to, wear in the grocery store and you wouldn't get a whole lot of looks.
Right.
But that traditional spiked or soft spike shoe is not one you're going to be wanting to wear sort of at the mall.
Right.
And golf shoes have changed a lot.
They look like runners to me now.
Yeah, you know what? They very much do. And when you start to see that on the tour, because they're very fashion conscious, obviously.
Right.
Belts have to match hats and shoes and all that kind of stuff. And you still see a lot of better golfers in more traditional shoes, but you are starting to see the running style shoe. This is that Tiger Woods shoe over here, which is the high-end Nike line. And when he switched over to that running style, that was a big shockwave. So
it almost just takes one person to start this type of look, and then everybody slowly follows?
Oh yeah, it's no different than the red carpet.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We call it the green carpet.
The green carpet.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I brought some shoes for you to try on.
I know, let me see.
We've got this,
shoes.
the more athletic looking shoe, which is our Lunar Impress 3. And I don't know, Marcel, if you can zoom in on the shoe. These lines right here are actually attached to the shoelace. So when you tighten your shoe, you're not just squashing.
Right.
It allows you to snug your foot.
Right down the sides.
Exactly.
Nice.
And you'll notice this shoe's very rigid when you get it on. It's very, very rigid. So this is a shoe more designed for a player that's looking for a lot of stability, but not lacking in comfort.
Okay.
And again, we talk about that rigidity of the sole of the shoe. So when you're walking on hills and stuff, your foot doesn't torque. Because when you're swinging, your feet want to slide like this, laterally, because you're putting a lot of torque on your shoe.
Right.
And you want that back foot, so for a right-handed golfer, that right foot to be really, really solid, so you can build all that torque and pressure through it, and then releasing all of that torque and pressure. So
would you actually even encourage somebody to, get out on a tee and like try a swing with their shoes on?
Well, we do that obviously inside, because as soon as it goes outside, it gets dirty.
Right,
and then people don't want to buy used shoes.
Can you swing in the golf?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. So a good example is you've got more of a comfort shoe on the right, a little more fashion forward. That's something you're not going to wear every single day on the golf course.
Yes. Which one? These ones?
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah.
And you'll notice how this torques a lot. Right? If you can see how that torques there. I'll show you in just a second if we can get the camera up here, Marcel.
Yeah, we can.
How this torques and twists.
That's a lot of twisting here.
Right, so that's a shoe that's, if you wear that a lot on the golf course, that's going to wear out relatively quickly.
Right.
But it is extremely comfortable.
It is really comfortable.
And very cute.
Cute.
Very
but again,
cute.
doesn't even look like a golf shoe to me. But I'm not out golfing as much. I think some people might recognize it as a golf shoe. I just can't get over the difference in the cleats going on here on the bottom of the shoes.
Yep.
We looked at these earlier, but the white, the ones that my hand's on here, like look at those suckers. You could kill
Very aggressive spike pattern.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt anybody with these suckers.
So
whereas these ones are Pretty basic.
Yeah. Again, one that you're going to throw on at home and one you're going to throw on at the golf show.
Yeah.
Or at the golf shop. So,
right. Can I stand up in these? I'm
absolutely,
gonna cut myself
yeah.
off in the shot, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And again, you want it to fit just like any other shoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at you, Vanna.
Oh, yes.
Right, so you want it to fit. You want a little bit of space on your toe, but you want it to be snug through here. That's the important part, is to be snug through
And
here.
it is snug through there, very snug.
Because again, you're going to walk, 3 or 4 miles, 5 miles a day, depending on if you're going left and right.
Right.
And up the hills and down the side hills. So you want a lot of stability in your shoe. And they get some pretty funky colors. So I know the TRU basketball coach for the women's there, Scott, was in the other day, and we've got some black and orange ones, and he's like, oh, really? So he'll be buying a pair of those, I'm sure.
Of course, right?
And again, you got something like what I've got on here. So this is a big color for Nike right now.
Yeah.
It's their vapor color. You're going to see a lot of that on tour. Doesn't quite match my camouflage socks today. But.
Thanks for sharing, though. Let me just say this. These ones that I'm wearing here that you'll see on the screen there in the top left, I think, are the same, maybe not. They're a lot more bouncy.
Yep. Yeah, again, that's got a lot. This is more of a player shoe. So this is, about $180. These are about $99. That's a player's golf shoe. So that's one you're going to play a lot of golf in. You're going to feel it's going to put some energy back into your body. It's not the old days where you take your golf shoes off. Like I remember when I used to take my skates off. It's like, oh, phew, my skates, they're off.
Yeah, so you feel it.
Yeah, you want these to get, because you're out there for 4.5 up to 5 hours. Yeah. And especially in competition. So, for example, this kind of shoe here, I would probably wear for a regular casual game of golf. Out with my buddies, pair of shorts on, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And or out to the driving range. But I was going to play in a competitive event. I'd probably go to more something like this with a little more stability.
When you go to the Masters, you'll put those on.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Except they'd be green.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, lots of fun stuff happening. Yeah. And I think you showed a picture of our Superman sail up there, I think.
Yes, we saw Superman and the sail. Yeah. There it is again.
So we've got just having some fun with our Superman there. That whatever sale we've got going on in this pro shop, he'll be manning the sail. So
I
we'll
love
just have
it.
some fun with it.
He'll be overlooking it all. Yeah. Fantastic. So lots of price differences. So you certainly can tailor it to what you want. But again, good to have a few in rotation, so you're never really wearing one right now.
And again, I had a gentleman in yesterday looking at shoes, and I asked him, well, how many pairs do you have? He says, I have one. But they never seem to last. And he plays 6 days a week. Well, that's the reason why they don't last, because you're out there. It's just like a pair of runners. When you run in them every day, they don't last a long time.
So true.
So it's no different here, and you want to be comfortable. So
absolutely.
Yeah, and we got lots of fun things happening as always. We got foot golf getting started here soon. We've got men's and ladies' night starts April 7th and 8th. So we're gearing up for the summer.
Lots going on. It's hard to believe summer's here, or spring's here, officially on Friday. Feels like it's been here for a month. So I know you guys have been open since the 6th of March, and things are just going along.
Yeah, things are going great. I mean, I'm having some fun with some of my Eastern buddies that are golf pros, are still shoveling snow and stuff.
Right.
But they made the choice where they live.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're in the banana belt over here. Yeah. Thank you for being here today, Rob.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah, great education on golf shoes today.
Yeah.
If you want to check out the sale at Sun Rivers, you can do that as well. Of course, the folks in the pro shop know what they're talking about. So if you didn't retain everything from this segment, you can go and learn more up at Sun Rivers. Information's on the screen. We are back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.